Welcome back to VRChat Deviance. It's been a while since I've posted a video like this, and so I wanted to kind of give a little refresher for anyone who may not be entirely sure what this kind of series is about. As the title would suggest, essentially we take a look at deviant things going on within the VRChat community and pretty much are just opening up a discussion about it. So I'm going to give you my thoughts on something, and you guys are welcome to give your feedback or share your own thoughts in the comments. And essentially it's just a way to get, a conversation started on some topics that people in VRChat don't really talk about very much. Nowadays, it seems like a lot of the content is either like trolls, just rage baiting people for content, or the only people that actually take the time to sit down and talk about the game are people like Parzival or Darafog, who are quite literally being paid by VRChat. So I'm going to sit here and do the opposite and tell you what's really going on in the community. So let's take a look at another endorsed creator within the VRChat community, Kishi. Somebody I've already talked about quite a bit on the channel. I've had conversations with her, over the last year or so. She is somebody who VRChat directly works with as a group creator. For those that aren't aware, she owns the group called High and Tide, which used to go under a different name before VRChat pretended that they wanted to have the game go in a more appropriate direction. Well, you'll see very quickly just really what Kishi is about, and personally I find it still very ridiculous that she's even allowed on the platform. But let's just jump right into it here. I've been getting updates on my server saying that Kishi's server was being limited for whatever reason, and I didn't really know why. I assumed it was something with her doxing people or whatever other malicious things she's been up to. But then she made an announcement, and I've heard something very concerning that I unfortunately found out to be true. So it all started with her saying here in this post from August 20th, she says, "Guys, let's be real and stop spreading or entertaining rumors. The server was limited for 2 weeks because of ID verification, which we honestly didn't know was against TOS, especially since most 18 plus servers we know do the same thing. It's frustrating to get flagged for something meant to protect the community, but it is what it is. For now, we're still offering VRC verification and actively looking into alternative solutions. In the meantime, what matters most is that we're all still here together. New members will be able to rejoin starting blah blah blah." Okay, who cares? So let's go ahead and just break that down for a second. Now, she mentioned something in there that she didn't realize was against TOS, since a lot of other 18 plus communities do the same thing. Now, I think that's interesting because I believe that is true. I think there are Discord servers that do this sort of ID verification that don't seem to have any issues with it. But the concerning part, and probably something that she's not saying, is the way that they're using this information is likely a risk of privacy. Now, in the video I made exposing her group, I did mention and show examples of her literally leaking people's private information publicly, which is, again, how did I get my hands on it if not the case? So my guess here would be that if Discord truly did punish her because of the ID verification she was doing, I would assume it was probably because she was not doing it very well. But that's not even the concerning part. The concerning part is that the entire criticism that she has been receiving for a very long time is how her not safe for work, disgusting, I don't even know how I would call it. The concerning thing is how her not safe for work community is intertwined with VRChat, which is also a 13 plus community. Not to mention Discord is also 13 plus. The big concern is how she had all these not safe for work channels in her Discord server around the time I originally started exposing her, because she had that group linked on VRChat and people on VRChat were joining her group, and without any form of verification or anything like that, people were being exposed to this highly inappropriate content. Now, since then, she implemented this ID verification, which put all of that behind a 18 plus, verification wall, whatever. And even still, it seems spotty. And before I get into this next part, I just want to mention, she decided to make, in response to my video exposing her, she put together a Discord server in which she just made a bunch of lies about me and took a lot of out of context screenshots and stretching the truth quite a bit. For example, one thing she did that was really stupid is somebody posted a meme of a Toe Mater toy, we'll say, and she tried saying that I was allowing minors to see it because somebody posted a meme and there was no ID verification, things like that. And now she's going back to square one because what she did next is actually pretty baffling. She made another post here on August 22nd saying, "If you haven't noticed yet, all of our not safe for work channels have been moved to a separate server in order to remain compliant with Discord's authentication process. This main server will continue to be the hub for our VRChat group and community. The not not safe for work content now lives in its own dedicated space. If you don't want not safe for work content, do not click. If you do want not safe for work content, you can join with this link, and it links to HNT After Dark, which essentially is now her Discord server being split into two communities, her main server and this new server, which has all of this not safe for work content on it. Neither one of these servers have any form of ID verification as it stands. So somehow, even though she implemented the ID verification, because it was done so poorly and she got punished, now she decides that, hey, I still got to have my not safe for work community. So I'm going to make another server for it, but link it in the main server. So really all she did in all of this time was initially she had her VRChat group linked directly to her Discord server where there was not safe for work content, realized that she was in the wrong for it, got a bunch of backlash, implemented the ID verification, only now to be in a situation where instead of it being directly linked to this not safe for work server from VRChat, there's just an extra click of the button now. So now you go to her VRChat group, join her Discord, join this new Discord through that one, and then there you go, not safe for work content. So all of that virtue signaling she was doing, you know, criticizing me, saying, oh, you have this stuff going on in your server and it's not ID verified, which by the way, we don't have a not safe for work server. That's not allowed because I'm not a degenerate. But it's just kind of funny when you see how everything she does is just very hypocritical and just gross, to be honest with you. I looked at her new server already. She herself contributed to posting countless not safe for work images in all of the categories. They have a whole section of like cartoon images and so many different categories within that, and then a whole other section of in real life not safe for work categories. So the whole server is literally just like an adult website of different categories, and essentially from where it used to be at the very beginning over a year ago to where it is now, instead of it being a click of the button to join the Discord on VRChat, now it's an extra click. So any 13-year-old can get on VRChat and in 2 clicks end up in this server, which is directly promoted on VRChat and endorsed by VRChat. I really thought this stuff with Kishi and this whole VRChat group was done with, and you know, they got what they deserved, but somehow they took another step back and it's even worse than it was to begin with. You could sort of excuse like her initial Discord as like, hey, maybe I don't know how to implement my adult community onto this children's game fully, which by the way, she never should have done in the first place, but she knows better at this point, which is why she lost all of her dedicated staff members who, by the way, yes, to their credit, they did leave, but they only left when things became hard, not because they had an issue with what she was doing in the first place. If Kishi wasn't as big of an asshole as she is, they would still be right there with her. So yes, they did leave, but they're still not that much better. But yeah, honestly, I don't really know what else to say about this aside from just being like incredibly disgusted and disappointed. And just look, all I gotta say is the day VRChat gets treated the same way Roblox is being treated right now, I'll be a happy man, and I hope it's coming very, very soon. That's all I got for you now, so please let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. I just find it incredibly frustrating that, you know, Tupper himself will sit there and glaze the shit out of every single video that Darafog posts where he says, oh my god, VRChat is doing the thing that we all wanted, this is great, and it's a video where he's talking about a fucking calendar. Okay, great, good job. Okay, great job, Darafog. We're happy for you. Okay, we got a calendar on VRChat. Cool, great. That's nice. Okay, I won't lie. That's nice. But like, how about you just worry about like the more pressing issues before you're implementing features? Because when you do that, you're acting like this stuff isn't a concern. And the truth is, it's just not a concern to the VRChat people. There is nothing being done to work on these issues. Their age verification system, which is still faulty, even if it was implemented properly, is locked behind a paywall. Anyways, look, that's something for another time. Okay, so let me know what you guys think, and if you want more videos like this, if you got other ideas for me to talk about, you know, deviant things going on with the VRChat community, definitely leave a comment and let me know, and I appreciate you watching. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.
Herblock, if you're watching this, I'm gonna make your life a living hell. We're gonna have a fun time with Herblock, and thank you. Please like, subscribe, and I guess see you in the next video.